Hello and welcome to the Magic Online Spellgrounds Guide. My name is Joe Dyer, and I am part of the Magic Online Creator Program, as well as the author of This Week in Legacy over at MTG Goldfish. This guide aims to familiarize you with the basics of Legacy Cradle Control. Cradle Control is a mid-range deck that is named for its signature card, Gaea's Cradle. The deck is a Golgari-based strategy that uses effects like Green Sun Zenith and Natural Order to power out huge threatening creatures, while also deploying small creatures that power up Cradle. Cradle Control is a toolbox deck. It can search up silver bullet creatures and needs to win the game with Green Sun Zenith, or it can feed creatures to white of the Reliquary to find a silver bullet land. New threats like Scythecat Cub can close games out quickly with the use of fetch lands and either Elvish Reclaimer or white to find additional lands to keep triggering the Cub. Elvish Reclaimer can also fetch specific lands such as Bojuka Bog or Talon Gates of Madara to deal with specific situations. This deck is also a natural order deck, primarily for locating the card Atraxa Grand Unifier. Atraxa is a huge threatening creature that can not only close the game out in short order, but its enters the battlefield trigger allows the deck to refuel its hand and continue to put pressure on the opponent's life total. Some builds of this deck also play things like Craterhoof Behemoth to defeat the opponent. Sequencing is the most important part of this deck and knowing what to react to. Sometimes you might need to fetch a Bojuka Bog to exile a graveyard, or sometimes you may need a Cradle to power out a huge threat. Knowing what your role is in the matchup is very important with this deck because it can either be incredibly aggressive or very controlling depending on what is needed. Sideboarding with this deck is much like other non-blue decks in Legacy. Because they don't play cards like Brainstorm, you often need at least 2 to 4 copies of a card to deal with any specific matchup. However, specifically for this deck, any green creature can be a one-of in the sideboard, such as Gaddock, which can shut down large mana value spells, due to the fact that Green Sun Zenith acts as a copy of that card in the deck. Cards like Snuff Out let you deal with non-black threats for free by paying 4 life instead of mana. This is just some examples of how you can sideboard with this deck. Thank you for watching this edition of the Magic Online Spellground Guides. I hope that you enjoy playing Legacy on Magic Spellgrounds, and keep checking out all the great content provided by the Magic Online team. Once again, my name is Joe Dyer, and have a great day.